performance improvement. Like it truly is not blocking the the signal at all. It's very nice. I like it. I like it quite a bit. So anyway, we're live. Where is everyone? So yeah, so let's get started. Let's start doing this. You and I basically last time we talked a little bit about validations, right?
Yep.
And I told people there are two holes in the test, right? And people kept going back and forth. They thought about, okay, what could possibly be the problem with the test? So let me kind of show people the other hole that's in the test. It's a little problem. Let's get file console, get file solution. Let me increase the view here. Here is Christo. Split the screen. Yeah, here we go. So here's my Visual Studio. Here we go. Okay, I don't know what changes I was doing. I was probably proving to you that you could fool the test easily, right? The other problem, just for everyone, you know, this is us evolving. The community evolves, right? That's the beauty about the standard community. We don't just do the same thing the same way we did it 10 years ago. It continues to change. Every single day, there's someone with an idea. We listen to the someone with the idea and we see what we can learn out of it. So in this particular scenario here, right? Krista, do you remember the first hole that we found in this is that when all of them are wrong at the same time,
Yeah.
right? And the proof of that was basically to go and say, well, if the number of errors is lesser than a certain count, blow up, right? If it's lesser than, then don't do anything. And it goes right under the nose of that test. Let me just give people a reminder. If I go into the add source in here, okay, and if I go and say under try catch here, and if I go into our business rules engine in here, I can very easily just go and say if, right, invalid source exception dot errors dot data dot error dot count, right, is only if it's larger than 2, right? Go ahead and throw the error. Otherwise, don't throw errors. So what does that do? If I go back to my test here and try to run my test, it'll go right under it, right under its nose. Look, there we go. Here we go. Come on, i9 14600 processor. There you go. See, it has absolutely no problem, which is problematic because if you think about it, usually your errors are not going to be the whole object. The most common type of validation errors is when you have 1 or 2, but not all of them wrong at the same time. That's hole number 1. Hole number 2. Watch this crazy. I can go here very easily and say, watch this. I can go and say, well, you're making an assumption here in your test that all your property will have the same problem all at the same time. So if this is null, then this is going to be null. And if this is an empty space, then this is going to be an empty space, right? That's the second hole. Watch this. Watch how I fold the test this way. I mean, if you advocate for a standard, you better know that there are problems in it. I never said it was perfect. So look, I can do this then. Look, if, right, source dot name, right, and source dot, well, I could say equal or is source dot URL or equals source dot URL. Only then go ahead and log these issues. You see what I did there? Because there's an assumption. We're making an assumption, right? Let's go and see if I actually fooled the test. Maybe the test is bulletproof. It can figure this out on its own. Let's find out. There we go. Here, it passed the test. These are two major issues, right? And someone could completely modify your code in a way that makes it completely dangerous and risky, and your unit test is still not able to catch that. Is that fair, Christo? So
Yeah,
these are the two issues that we have to upgrade in the way of our testing, right? We're tightening the way we're building things so we can build truly enterprise level systems. Although I think we're way past that. We're more like industrial, build it once and leave it there for 50 years and
mm,
it'll just work. The project that I ran, the asynchronous value task iQueryable, that
yeah,
project I haven't touched in like 4 years. It was running on .NET 3. It just worked. No problem, right? Entity framework, seed the data, it just worked. So this is a challenge for the community. Basically, we're basically saying, hey guys, here's the situation. This is where we are, and we have a problem, and we probably need to upgrade our tests. And I think Christo, you did have an idea about how to deal with throw if contains error. Nobody can play around that, right?
yeah. I've got it, but it doesn't look elegant yet, so I need to play a bit more. It doesn't look pretty.
It's gonna take some work, right?
Yeah. Um,
Hmm.
yeah, and I think when you've mentioned the validation rules as well there, I think on our existing validation rules, I think I've got another thing that I want to sort of propose.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I think the other hole that we've got is probably a third one
Uh-huh.
is um, so we've not got it in this project yet, but when we validate a property like say the test we're going to do today, uh,
Mm-hmm.
we're going to validate the length of name to be smaller than 255 characters.
Mm-hmm.
In the past, we would have used get random number for that, or
Ah,
when we do a date comparison on the created date and updated date, we also use get random number on that one. And I think for those kind of validations, we need to be explicit because
absolutely.
we want to see when we overstep the threshold. We don't want
Absolutely.
to know that we've overstepped it by 50 places.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I agree with you 100%.
So. I think that's another one.
Yes. So ultimately, like, just back to what you just said, is it a scenario? Because by the way, there's infinite number of scenarios where a test can be broken. But I'm talking about, is it a scenario that can happen in real life? Yes, we could have
Yeah.
two invalid values. Is there a scenario that can happen that happens often or possible? But the theoretical scenarios, they're infinite. So these are three cases. They've got three holes then. These are three
Mm.
holes. Known issues. Let's just call them that. Known issues. All right. I guess it's my turn now, to kind of start kind of building. So we did this level of validation. Let's go and do a special kind of validation. I want to do a special kind of validation. I want to validate if something is truly a valid URL, right? So I'm going to write here a test fact public async task should throw validation exception on add if URL is invalid and log it async. So I want a random, a good given when then, and this might break other tests, by the way, because your other randomizer doesn't actually treat it as a URL, right? So we're gonna have to verify that something truly is a URL. So I want to go and say random source equal create random source. I need the type in here because the right side is not clear. So it's source right here. And then I want to go and say invalid source, right? So that's random source like that. And why is that invalid? Because the URL on this guy is some random string, get random string. whatever that string may be, and I want to kind of get a random string. Where do you get random string from? You can build basically a basic private static string get random string. Here you go. Mnemonic value task. It's all good and dandy. You have this guy right here. So it's get random string. And this guy is, of course, it's invalid, right? So maybe it would be even more better if I said invalid URL equal get random string. And this guy has an invalid URL, invalid URL. And what we expect is invalid source exception, source is invalid, whatever, and then invalid source exception dot add data, and then it will say URL is invalid. Is that fair this way?
Yeah.
And then the rest is pretty much the same. Like if I take all of this and just slap it in here, it's the exact same, right? Except that I need the expected, which is this guy. Here you go. So this is us basically saying, I want to specifically have a proper URL. And if the URL is not proper, it should blow up, right? Making this test pass will make other tests fail. Just so you know, heads up. So source is invalid, URL is invalid. I'm running this guy. It's failing. Why is it failing? It's saying no exception was thrown. So that's a good failure right there. I'm gonna go ahead and pass this failing test. And I'm gonna send it over to Christo. Let Christo kind of have fun. Pull and push. Oh, some changes has happened. Hang on. I have a conflicts in here. What happened? Merge.
Oh, that's me. So after
Oh,
after
the date
last
time range.
so
Mm-hmm.
after last week's session reset, we didn't have any audit properties. So
Yep.
I did a coder up to extend our model.
Not a problem. So accept merge. I'm just accepting it and then committing, staging, and I'm doing one more thing. Oh, by the way, before I forget, did you know, do you have this little guy at the top, that little GitHub Copilot guy, and you click on it, you say open chat window and it talks to you? Did you know that?
Yeah,
Yikes.
I've not used it much, but I've seen it there.
I'll tell you something else that used UI in that's actually more impactful. All right, you have a failing test. It's all yours. Have fun.
That's
Christo
it.
writing code at 1 in the morning. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do, man?
So what did you have in mind for the
URL validation?
yeah, regex and
Oh, just the
stretching? Or?
regex. Regex is fine. You could let me find it for you. Um, here. So of course I'm not the genius.
Mm.
There's actually something called URI try create is about here. Oh, you're gonna love this method. This is Bard for you. Bard is like, I got you. I got you. So I just sent it to you in the private chat. Check it out.
Okay, nice. Um,
Mm.
okay.
It's weird, but it's using some native and external, sorry, native libraries with .NET that could be helpful. If you put it in a method, works like a charm.
I'm just gonna copy that in that you've pasted.
Yep, I know the styling is crazy, but it works.
Uh,
Oh, it made them all.
mm,
Oh my God! Hold on, that's not nice. Hold on. If you go to your Discord, I pasted it in there. It's much better there. Here. Sorry,
Yeah.
20 something years. You're still doing it. Still doing. At least I didn't send it to you in an email. You know,
Yeah. No.
sharing files. That was the source control back then. Yeah, so there's that. There's one way to do it. URI, try create. It's weird. You can do whatever you want there, but it definitely needs a little bit of cleanup.
Yeah.
Yeah, rule. Nice. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Brilliant. Okay, let's give it a go. A lot of other tests will fail because now you're enforcing a certain structure, but the fix for it is so easy too. Here you go. So if you go into
This
what's
one filler.
this is weird. Bool does not contain definition of condition. What? That looks like a because is invalid URL. You need another method, right? So call
Oh
this
yeah.
validate URL. Yeah, exactly. Yep, you got it. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So do you want to switch, like make it the opposites? Like it's supposed to be like this is saying this is
Yeah.
valid, right?
No,
Uh,
that's not good.
no,
Yeah.
no, no. Just take invalid out and just say is invalid URL. You need to call the method first, and then you say is false or is false. Yes. So condition line line 38. You want to call the is invalid URL in here. No, no, remove all that
Yeah.
string null white space stuff.
No, but this is still applicable because we still want something,
Hmm.
isn't it?
No, it
So
falls.
so the first rule is checking for um, null or blank white space, and the
That
second
that's
rule will
that's
check
the
for the.
text. You're already using it in the text. It's just you're treating it as a text, right?
Okay, yeah, yeah,
Yep. And then you want to say this is false, and then you also want to say URL is invalid. I think that's the message.
I follow. Yeah,
Yep. So now it's up to you to kind of combine both. So instead of saying is invalid URL and then isn't valid as like you see line 20 and line 21, you're basically saying is invalid as a text and then is it
yeah,
invalid? No, you don't have to do that. Yeah, exactly. You could take that line 20 out, but
yeah,
that means you have to update the test as well.
yeah,
Hmm. So this should just say is invalid. URL is invalid in the text message for the URL. And then the last one is to basically update that randomizer. So if you go into the create random source, you just have to tell it that when you're generating for
Mm.
URL, generate an actual random URL. And object filler will give you that, by the way. Like you could say on property URL use, and then you basically pass in something like URL. Yep. And then you can go and say this would be UR. If you just type in URL, it should help you. No, like use, and then inside the use, you want to say,
Okay.
yeah, inside that guy, there should be kind of URL. Let's see. Um, what's the type that sits behind?
Random
Ty-
URL.
Yeah, let's try that. Yeah, dot. No. Type in just out of curiosity, just type in their phone number. Yeah, keep going. Phone number. And then control period just to pull the reference for that. Does it give you anything?
No.
How about
So
email address? Just type email address. Let's try that. Yeah, there you go. Do you see these email addresses? What's the type that's sitting behind that? Object filler, right? So go inside that type and let's see what other types it has in terms of randomization. So there's something above that guy, and whatever is above that guy gives you a whole bunch of things that, so inside that object filler, I think it was called type dynamics.objectFiller dot in the use command and see what happens. And then type URL maybe. There, random URL, right? And then open close parentheses and then dot something maybe. And maybe you have to say new. hmm
yeah,
Dot get value. There it is. That's it. That's the one. You can
okay.
take
Nice.
away the reference to the namespace as well. I think it's fine. Yeah, let's try that. It should make your test pass. So this guy will actually generate a URL, which is great. Boom.
Nice.
It has email addresses. It has all kinds of craziness, right? Cool. You made it pass.
Okay.
So the next
I've never
one,
used that one.
yeah, the next step is to basically handle a SQL exception because you're adding into a SQL database. So we want a critical dependency exception to happen,
Oh, are
right?
we gonna do the daytime stuff or not? Not this one.
Oh, did you add date time to this, to the
I I,
model?
I added it to the model,
hmm
so we can do the created by updated by must be the same. We
Yeah,
created date or so
and
we
it
could
has
do
to be
that.
recent, but we have to inject date time broker.
Yeah. Shall I do that?
Yeah, let's do it.
Um, yeah, I had to check that in.
Cool. hmm Um, Greg is Greg is like I'm all alone out here. Greg, we're always with you. I want you to know that. You're never alone.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. So we're adding a dependency. You want to make sure that this dependency is not being abused. So every test basically verifies, nope, you're never going to have to call a datetime broker for whatever reason. That's right. Also, just for everyone watching, notice that this is intentional, like this order of dependencies is intentional, very much so, like the chronological expected order of things.
Mm.
Datetime broker. Yep. Okay, so we want to write a test that basically says created date and
Like,
updated date should be the same for create, right?
yeah. Um, you want me to pass back to you, or
Yeah,
you
yeah,
want
I'll
me?
take it.
Yeah.
Well, first, there is actually one test that we can write. We can basically go and say your date time should not be the defaults, right? So this is created date. Oh, does the model not have it at all? Or do I need to pull latest from main or something?
It should be there. Let me just double check. I could have added that in there.
Mm,
Um,
go to definition. No, I see it. I see it. Created by, created date, updated date. Okay. So created by, updated by, right? And then there is created date. And that was the default, basically. New. I wonder if it would be happy if I said default like that. Look, updated date, default. What do you think about that? It's weird.
yeah.
Uh, date time offset dot. I think newing up a version, new date time offset would do the trick. Like basically, here's the default, basically, for that. Like that.
Yeah.
Also, if you leave it empty, it would do that as well. But we need to say explicitly that something is not right with this date time. So I'm just going to go here. Like if you leave it without filling it, its default value is default. But I want to spell that out, right? So I'll go here and say this year, I'll say for created by, updated by, right? And then there is created date, updated date, right? So created date, and then there's updated date. Updated date. This is where basically go and say date is invalid, right? Like that. And then for created by, updated by, I mean, we made them text. So I'll just say text is required for that. And then let's run. This guy should fail. Or maybe, yeah, it should fail. Yeah. Yeah, that guy fails. And it fails. Does it fail for the right reasons? It should be. The right reasons here being 7, but found 3. I added few things. Back to you. Here's a failing test. Have fun.
Okay.
Gregory's saying, shh, I'm napping. And then he said, yeah, it's there, about the date time. Yeah. I
Okay.
love that exception message. Brilliant. Hey, you're supposed to have 7. I found three. Did you say the new version will tell you which ones exactly, or
Yeah.
nice, nice? We should show it to people. Let's upgrade.
Okay.
You guys want to see
Um,
something cool? So manage NuGet package solution. It should tell you in the updates area. Yeah, exceptions. Where is it? There you go. So guys, notice what was the error message before, and then let's see what happens. It would be fun if it broke though. Let's see.
no.
Let's run it again and see. This should tell you which. Yeah, oh man, this is beautiful. What do you think, Greg? Isn't that great? Happy path, fail soon. Amazing, amazing, Chris. So that's the upgrade for exception. I mean, there's no better way to market a good software other than just using it in real life in front of people. Here it is. Here's how it works. Have fun. Yep, Greggy thinks it's fabulous. It is. It's really good. Created by, updated by. You're gonna need you're gonna need some date validator here.
Yeah. Uh,
Nice. I was just gonna say date, Crystal. Created date in there.
yeah. Thank you.
Yep.
And then
How about a fourth hole? I'll make it $100 Amazon gift card this time. There is a security hole in this one, testing hole in this particular thing that you're building right now. Very
on the
obvious one.
on the dates.
It can be. It can be on the date. It can be on anything. Right there in our business rules engine. It's right there staring at me. We discovered this one back in 2022, and I didn't do anything about it, and I didn't tell anyone about it. And then it came back to me again.
Mm,
What could it possibly be? $100 Amazon gift card this time.
You can have everybody watch your old videos now.
I really truly appreciate people that are like they will take a challenge and try to kind of dig into things. It always makes me happy to do that. But yeah, I wonder what the problem is. I'll tell people about it next session and see what they say. But we do have a lot of problems that we have to solve. Standard is never complete. The bounty is getting up there. Yep. Next session will be $500 and then $1,000. And then I'm gonna go full Mr. Beast. And I tell people, I'm gonna give you a house if you find a validation problem. Oh my God. I gave it a shot for a few days. I know you did. Um, they're not that simple. It takes a lot of I don't know how to describe it. You just have to kind of playfully try to fool the test. Think about the test as someone you're trying to fool, right? Be like, oh, is that what you're asking for? Let me flip this upside down. And you're still going to say okay to it. Gosh, I love software. It brings the smartest people out there. So you made it pass, huh? Okay, give me
Yeah.
one that says both should be the same and I'll make it. I'll fix it. Come on, Greg. I thought you were going to catch it on spot. Midstream. It's going to be like, give me my $100 Amazon gift card right now.
But you want the message to be value should be the same.
Yeah, should be same. Gregor is like, I'm waiting for that little hint that slips out, and then I can go get you. I told you, I just told you, I said exactly where it's at. You know, in these validation rules, there is a horrible, horrible problem, a huge security problem. What's going on? Let me put this for the group. $100 Amazon gift card for whomever finds the fourth hole in our validation rules. I hope none of the folks that were with me when I discovered this are on the stream. We're gonna get in trouble. So in your test, why? Oh no, I think it should be. It should be just one. It should be just one error, not for each one of them, right?
On an ad, the created bys must match, and the date time should also match for
Right.
created date and up to the date.
But you're validating both at the same time, so it's only one error, right? Or what did you think?
It's two data keys, but still one error.
Uh-huh. Okay. I mean, are we gonna write the rule twice? Or run the rule twice? Should be just once, right? And I should actually explicitly say created date should be equivalent to updated date.
Okay.
Created date or created by?
Created by is a text property that must match the updated by.
Oh, you're doing on the updated by, okay. Oh, I see what you're doing. You're saying update. Okay. Okay, I get it. I get what you're doing. No, 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 no. I get what you're doing. But you have to say same to what, right? You have to say. So it should be created date should be same as updated date or something like that. I mean, you don't have to say created date actually because you already have that as the key. You should just say date should be the same as updated date. I would say that. And the same thing for the one above, it would be value should be the same as updated by. I get what you're doing. I'm sorry.
Text.
Sure.
And this one is date.
Hmm. Why? Why created by has to be the same as created by?
Because if updated won't match, because updated should follow your created date. So that's why I thought.
So what's the key? Like, look, line 196. Would that be updated by then?
Yes.
Okay.
Uh,
I can wrap my mind around that. Aeon macros. I love the syntax of your exceptions, but I know it's premature optimization. The lambda creates a private sealed class and knows it under the hood, costing 12 bytes every time we call it. But it's readable. It doesn't cause performance issue, not just yet. Should someone ever be worried about that? Not really. It didn't give us a hard time with very large enterprise applications so far. I always prefer readability over optimization, as long as optimization is not a problem. It's not a problem yet. I was gonna tell him to do that, Gregory, but I was gonna do it myself. Okay, I'll take your test. Did you already push it?
Yeah, I'm just going to update these two.
No, let me do it. Let me do it.
I did not do these two. I can make this better. So those two should be name of.
Yeah, I know.
Okay,
I let
I'll
you
let you
do it
create
because
it.
I know it's like 2 in the morning over there. You're done, man.
Let's see.
I can tell. Christo is
Uh,
out. Hey, what
yeah.
did you do? Did he send it to you? Where did you get
Uh,
this?
uh,
So yeah, Ian, I mean, it's not a performance problem yet, but when it becomes, then we blame the technology, not the code. The code is readable. So is
that's
it my turn now? Ping pong pair programming. All
sorry. I've
right, my
made
turn.
this.
We're really going at this tonight, huh? We're not letting it go until validation exceptions all done. Let's see. By the way, I haven't stopped writing software since 4 in the morning. So this is my 14th hour. I'm not making
Nice.
this up. I'm not making this up.
Don't know how you do it.
I'm just crazy. Being a crazy person helps.
I'll get grumpy if I stay up so long.
Okay, here we go. So you're basically saying text is not the same as created by, and then date is not the same. Okay, I can make this work. So let's go to exceptions, validations, um, private, static, dynamic is dates, not same, right? And then you have created date, updated date, these two dates, and then string updated dated date name, right? And then you're basically saying if these are not the same, your error says date should be blah blah. Control minus will take me back. I'll put that here and then put the dollar sign. By the way, it's not invalid source. It should be just source because it's the model that we're working with for the most part, right? So source like that.
Oh yeah.
That's better, right?
Yeah.
Control KD will clean things up a little bit. Push this back. What is this? What is this thing?
That underscore is a code sample from GitHub. So if you want, it'll extend your thing for you to see similar.
Oh, are you serious? When did that happen? Crazy, crazy, crazy. And this is in values. Is values same? Not same. Right? So that's string created by string updated by and then created by name. Created by updated by created by like that. Greg is asking, did you guys do should throw validation exception and on add if created data is not yet? We're getting to it. Why don't you just
Next
hop
one.
in, bro, and just write it with us? Just sitting there, laying on the couch, taking your nap, and just do. He's doing that to us. Do with the stick. Do. Okay, so is values not same? Is dates not same? And then you want the updated by source created by and then name of source dot created by like that. And then we break those apart because that's what we do like that. one way to do it. And I used to do something else. I used to like break like that. And also parameter names important when you're not knowing what you're adding. And because this is a multi-liner, and I take that out like that, and then I bring that back in again like this. Yeah, that's how I did it. Yeah, I think so. So this needs to go back here. We'll pull that back by 1. That's Shift Tab for you. And then we have that guy. Okay, so we have that. I think obviously we gotta be missing something in here. So name, this guy, there's too many somewhere. So the rule is right, created by and then updated by name of parameter. I need something similar to that in here as well. Is dates not same? So this is updated date, created date, updated date, created date, and then created date name, created date name, something like that. Come on. This date's not same. This date's not same. Updated date. Oh, that's silly. Created date name. And that's basically what we're passing in here. Same thing here, created by name, right? That. Right, so let's see, this is updated by. Oh, this is updated date, this is right. Let's see here, created date, created, oh, I did created date first, that's why. I didn't know it cared about the order, that's weird. It never did that before. That's kind of weird.
Yeah, normally if you alias it, it doesn't worry about it.
That's right. This guy should go back 1. This guy should, yeah, there you go. So, okay, but that guy's still tripping, and we need to know why is that. This
So
is
39 can go.
30?
Line 39, because you've got that rule above, isn't it?
You still wanna do that, right? Oh, I see what you're saying. Yes. Thank you. And then let's just for looksies, let's make things look right. So up there, just like that. Pretty, pretty. So now let's run this and see what happens. Should work on paper. Date is not the same as, text is not the same as, right? So in here I said date, text. Let's run this again. Come on, go green, go green, go green. Pass? Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, no, not really. So it says no exception was thrown. Oh, you know why? Because we didn't mix them up, right? We have to mix them up, your test, right? So we have to basically go and say invalid source, right? Invalid source dot created by.
No, is it not because we've not done the setup for the datetime broker to do the comparison? Oh no, that's next text.
No,
Yeah.
yeah. So I'm gonna make them really different. So created date, get random date time absent. So what are the chances that you will generate the exact same date and the exact same value? Go green, fingers crossed. Let's see. This will work, I think. Maybe. But this also falls into that same trap of like you're assuming both are going to be wrong. Look at this guy. It says have a data count but found 1. Text is not the same as created by. Contains key. Have key updated date with values. Date is not the same as created date but found. There's some mistake in here. Let's look at our validations. So what did I miss? This is dates not same. This date is not the same as blah. And this here created by, updated by, text is not the same as. Let's look at these nice errors that you created. That's where Chris, where Greg says you saved this. So contains key updated by with value text is not the same as created by. Good. Have key but found text is not the same as created by. Date is not. Oh, something happened here. Because it says it has two keys. Why did it add two keys to the updated date?
Did you do something in the test?
I must have done something crazy. Uh, created date, updated date, right? Is dates not the same? This is all good. What about
Just
the
check,
test?
check if I did something stupid in the test.
Uh,
We need to correct that line 199 as well to change it to source instead of invalid source.
oh, like that. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
Like that
and on the key as well.
on the key. Oh,
Uh, yeah,
so this is updated date, updated by, right? But what are the keys that I passed in? Aha, that's the problem. Look, updated date. This should be updated by, right?
yeah.
So it added the key twice. That's the problem. Go green, go green, go green, please. Yay. Or not. Aw. Let's see, there's still one buggy bug. This says have key updated date with values. Date is not the same as, but found date is not the same as created by. There's another bug that I have. Let's find out. It's probably just the copy pasta. That's what it is.
Mm,
But good, good. That see, guys, the test. That's what the test does for you. It kind of helps you. See, it says here. So this should say created date basically. There you go. It's almost like unit tests are important, Christo. They kind of save us from our own ambivalence.
yeah.
All right. Um,
You
let's
want to do
do
Greg
the
first?
rest. Yeah, let's do the rest later because we're at the hour.
Mm,
Um, maybe the next session we close it. We close the foundation
yeah.
service then.
I'm good if you want to do the last validation one.
The
Or
last validation for
yeah.
update. Yeah, I need to explain it to people. It's not just about
Okay.
writing it.
Yeah.
Like it'll take me a second to write it, but it'll take me like 30 minutes to an hour. I want people to understand what is date validation. So that'll be the title of the next video. I'm not in a rush. Are you?
No, no, that's fine.
Once we build one, we just let people kind of finish the others, like all the other foundation services and whatnot. It'll be fun.
Yeah. So
So
just
hole
before we
number
sign,
4. Go ahead.
just before we sign off, then we've Greg and I have added some more tasks for people to do up for grabs.
Oh, let's take a look.
So that's in relation to the video that you put out on Sunday. So
Yeah,
people can go and update the brokers for that. There's one new
brilliant.
uh, entity as well called configuration. So we've not done any brokers for that at all. So
Uh,
there's a few things. I've had people that ask me what can I do.
a lot, dude, all the time too. I don't know if I think Jacob went and updated all of them. I'm not sure. I think he did. If I go into API and then brokers, or maybe he didn't. I don't know. Let's pick up one random one, like contributions. Yeah, he did all of them, bro.
Okay, nice.
He went in and just wiped it all out.
It was quick.
I just need to tell him to write code drop like all uppercase. He's still getting there, but that guy is gonna be great. I swear, Chris, you'll see. He's gonna be doing a lot of great things with us.
Nice.
I mean, there is a ton of other projects out there, but I'm hoping that this would be our very first domain project. So people kind of get to
Mm,
see, how things look like. I also saw like you updated the draw IO for the properties, right? So
yeah,
you basically just went in and updated those, and it looks like Gregory loves it. So if I go down here, it should be somewhere in the resources. Where'd you get it? Diagrams?
diagrams. Yeah.
Right there. Perfect. Perfect. Okay. Well, lastly, $100. If you can find, so let me raise the bar a little bit. $100 if you can find it. $300 if you can fix it. Because I actually don't know a fix to it. And I'm not gonna tell anyone about it this time. But you do recognize like this third problem, the second problem that we found is legit, right? If you change the invalid items on a property, you can bypass the test. The test would be none the wiser. What do you think about that?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, everyone. I appreciate you. Go get some sleep. Maybe I'll sleep too. I don't know. This is like 14 and a half hours. I'll talk to you later. Take care, man.
Thanks, Hassan.
Take
Bye
care.
bye.
Bye.